Red Bull, if you're out there, I'm still waiting on my endorsement deal. Still waiting for that infamous Red Bull Pro Staff position. What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today. I'm tweaked out on caffeine. I've slept for 2 hours the last 3 or 4 nights now. It's been a crazy road trip of seminars, of fishing, of being up late editing. But today we're on one of my absolute favorite walleye fishing destinations. Where are you, might ask, Tom? We're here in North Dakota on Devil's Lake. Isn't it just gorgeous? It's unbelievable, right? And I've been driving around for a couple hours now. Didn't even put the cameras up till right now. Been poking around, finding a few fish. Shot an awesome Walleye Now segment on where I'm seeing all these Devil's Lake walleyes right now. So if you guys are coming up here, thinking about going up here, or just want to watch some great informational content, get on the Walleye Now app. Super in-depth breakdown. Click Let's Go Fishing at the bottom. Click Summer, click Natural Lake. Thumbnail looks something like this. But now we need to catch all these fish, right? Because I found them. Now we need to catch them. What are we going to do? Well, no wind today. The fish are relatively shallow. Need something finessey and stealthy. High skies. We're going to use a presentation that is absolutely killer out here, and a lot of places you're going to go this time of year. It's a Acme Rattling Walleye Spinner with the rattle chamber in there because this lake's pretty green and turbid. And if you have a lake that's visibility is kind of low, this is going to be a great option as well. With probably one of the best invention I've seen for spinner rigging in recent years. This is the Uncle Josh pork crawler, and it'll stay on for, you could catch fish on this same crawler for probably a week straight because it's so unbelievably effective and they're so tough. It kind of eliminates the need for live bait. No need to bring that stuff out here. And a lot of places you can go in the summer, this is all you need. I'll link both these things down in the description. The pork crawler, which you're definitely gonna wanna have because that thing is just anytime you can replace crawlers and not have to get the worm dirt everywhere. And Mitch would agree with me because I'm in his boat, and if I just dump worm dirt everywhere, he's gonna be all pissed off and upset. But in all honesty, not having to use live bait is such a fresh breath of fresh air. Or if you're in a situation, if you are, and this is one we always get asked on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, if you're trolling down a weed edge where there's hundreds of bluegills and hundreds of perch and you just struggle to keep a night crawler on a spinner rig, your problem is solved right here because that thing does not come off. But we're gonna go into some tweaks and how I tweak this bait a little bit to get more action out of it. We're hopefully gonna catch a bunch of walleyes on it. We're hopefully gonna produce an awesome video today. So stay tuned, let's get it going on, and let's catch a bunch of my favorite walleyes in all of North Dakota, the Devil's Lake walleye. Oh, that is a fish. Well, there we go, guys, number one. Now the fish is coming through the weeds. See if he stays on. Oh yeah, he stayed on. Literally just getting rolling here. We got a big fish here? Get things going, or what do we got? What do we got? It is so flat out today for North Dakota. Might have the other line now because whatever's going on here is kind of bizarre. Hoping big walleye, but it might be an average walleye in some weeds. I feel like every time I come out here, the wind is just insane. I'm just gonna slow us down here, but not today. Oh yeah, real nice walleye. Well, that's how we like to get it started right there. That was a weird interaction of hitting weeds, thinking I was just stuck in them, popping out of them, and then having a fish on. You guys kind of probably saw me pick the rod up and like, oh, what is going on here? There we go. We'll take it. We'll take it. Just getting rocking and rolling. And man, do I love North Dakota and South Dakota walleyes. They are always so healthy and just a pretty fish. Look at that guy to get things started, dude. On the crawler, or the fake crawler, and the rattling spinner. There we go, number one. How's it get much better than that? Bluebird day, flat, calm, catching big, chunky Devil's Lake walleyes out here. We'll take it. And we'll show you guys kind of the secret and how I really like to run these things, these fake crawlers, because man, you know, there's nothing worse than having to use a real crawler all the time. And, you know, bringing a ton of bait on a trip like this, or just getting a ton of worm dirt in the boat. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I don't know if I've ever actually talked about it, which is kind of bizarre, but I got to reel this line in quick. We'll get set back up. and continue down our trolling pass here. There's a fish right there. Fish on. Feeling nice too. Just like to take our time. I'm so ridiculously exhausted that I didn't even take the time to put this on a better rod. So I got a rod that's probably way too stiff for spinner rigging here, which means we're just really gonna baby these fish. But another nice fish on the rattling spinner and pork crawler. Such an effective way to fish. You know, with as many fish, it seems like there's a decent amount here, but the snap jigging, I was like really kind of pulling teeth to get fish to bite. Where, because it's just kind of my favorite way to fish a lot of times when I come out here. Real nice walleye here, real nice walleye. Where I knew I needed to go to something a little bit slower and a little bit more finessey. And the rattling spinner is just perfect for that. It's all angry. Absolutely love these shallow Dakota walleyes. Here, buddy. There we go. Nice walleye right there. We'll give you guys a look. Man, what a beauty out here. Pork crawler, rattling spinner, right down a nice edge. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? Middle of the day, too. I mean, dealing with overall pretty poor conditions for fishing. You know, these really shallow, windblown lakes like this. Oh, there's a fish. And a nice looking one. We just got some new contour fishing clothing stuff in the mail I was taking a picture of. I think Shelby's putting it on the site today. So get over there. It's linked in the bottom of every video. Keep Shelby busy shipping a whole bunch of stuff. We very much appreciate your guys' order. Feels like another nice walleye here though. I think the perchy blade outperforming old Goldie here. Ooh, angry, angry, angry. I'm actually shocked I haven't like doubled up yet. Oh yeah, another nice walleye. Nothing crazy big, but a nice fish. Not quite as big as the other couple. We'll scoop them up here just so we get them. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We are definitely putting it together. And they're chowing on these things, no doubt about it. Make sure we're on autopilot here. I got a perchy blade and kind of the gold rattling chamber on here. And here we go. Just your classic. Do we have one? Oh yeah, we're doubled up. There's our double. Doubled up on the pork crawler. There we go. We'll get that guy back. I feel like I'm fumbling it all right now. Might as well slow down because we have no lines in the water, huh? Come here, buddy. Let's see ya. Just want to take a look. I didn't even see that rod go off. Assuming you guys probably saw it on camera and it looks ridiculous that I didn't see it. Nice fish again. We're definitely in the right quality. You know, there's a lot of places it seems like these Dakota's lakes are loaded with walleyes. It seems like you can get in a situation a lot of times where you're just catching a lot of like 14 inchers, which obviously is never really the goal. And a lot of times I just kind of go a little bit shallower. I love fishing really shallow out here. It seems like a lot of times just making the move to really shallow water is a lot of times, you know, enough to kind of get you out of some of those smaller fish and into some of the nicer quality, you know, those 17 to 20 to 25 to 30 inch fish a lot of times. There we go. So healthy, so perky out here. And here's the sales pitch right here. I don't know how many fish I've caught today on this rig now. And it's still threaded on there. A little bit of an adjustment. Same worm the whole time fishing so far today. So we'll flip it back out. Keep going down our break. Do it over and over and over. All right, guys, kind of wanted to show you guys the rigging process here. So here is the pork crawler. And like I said, they're linked down in the description of this video. And if you want to pick some up, pick up a whole bunch of them, because they are kind of a killer a lot of places. And they obviously make your life 1,000 times simpler. So here's the Pro Crawler. It actually comes in a much longer trunk. I want to say it's like 7 inches long or whatever. Unbelievably durable and tough. This pork fat or whatever it is, unbelievably tough, and it's kind of like greasy. It almost like leaves a slick in the water, which is kind of cool. But I'm running them on a slow death today. If you're going to run them on a tandem rig, you could just kind of leave it like this. I'm running them on a slow death, so kind of a single hook today. So what I'll do, I'll kind of take it right in half like that, and I'll just cut it right about there. All right, so now you have basically 2 chunks of half crawler right here, which is perfect. Now, what I like to do is it's kind of thick for the most part on the way through. So what I'll do is I'll take a scissors, and on one end of it, I'll do something which looks about like this, where I'm kind of cutting it the long way. Just like this right here. Take your time, you don't want to cut too much off. And then about 2/3 of the way up, I'll just trim that little excess off. So what you have now is a very thinned out tail on this. Now what this is going to do, it's going to make it much more wispy in the water. The fat end is where you thread it onto the hook. So I'll take the fat end here. Here's my wispy end, here's the fatter end. And I'll just thread this right on. And this stuff is unbelievably tough. I think we're, I don't know how many fish, 10 fish into like one of these rigs or something today. And, you know, I just had to replace this for the first time. And that's because I snagged it on a stump. But then you just kind of force it up like this, force it right up into the knot. That knot's actually going to help a lot to hold it. So now you have is kind of this, you know, glued on piece of pork night crawler on here with a very wispy tail. I mean, you can see how much movement that little guy has. And when you put this on a slow death and you cut it in half and you thin out that tail, it has a wicked amount of action when it's kind of rolling and twirling in the water. I mean, it looks identical to the real thing, and it basically never comes off, and you can catch just a mountain of fish on it. Oh man. Well, I'm just reviewing some film and a rod gets just smashed. It's a walleye. It's gonna be a real nice fish here. We're just gonna baby them. You know, when you do YouTube for a living, you check the audio about after every single fish catch. And that's what I was doing right there. Just making sure the audio was crisp, clean, and clear. Oh yeah, nice walleye here. Nice walleye. Should have got the hook set or the bite, I guess, on the back camera and have the audio on the front on this one. Come here, buddy. Man, I absolutely love fishing this way. I have no idea why. It's not like a crazy concept or anything. Spinner rig, spinning rod, up shallow, combat fishing around a bunch of junk. But I always enjoyed fishing this bite. For some reason, it's just way more fun than like fishing planer boards and all that kind of stuff. Here's just another nice chunky North Dakota walleye right here. Exactly what we're after. Phenomenal way to cover a lot of this productive water. And kind of like I said in the intro, I filmed a locational breakdown on where I'm seeing a lot of these fish on the Walleye Now app. That one will simply be click summer, click natural lake, and the thumbnail looks something like this. And it goes at kind of an in-depth breakdown and kind of, you know, the first several hours I was out here, I was just kind of looking for fish. But there we go, a beautiful walleye right there. Let's get her back. See you later, girl. Give me some more. Give me some more. And I think I'd have to watch back the film. Sometimes I get it mixed up in my head, but as far as which rod or which bait's catching more fish, but this seems to be the lucky color today. I just got a quick change on there so I can change the blade if need be. One of these smaller kind of gold rattling chambers on there, slow death hook, and the same original crawler we started with. Sometimes they'll just thread up the line like this, just thread them back down so that tail, which you kind of squeezed off on the edge, is just hanging off, and it looks mangled like that, but when you put it in the water, it just swims. And they're obviously just chowing it today too. One thing I'll say when I'm doing these spinner videos, One thing that's so important that you guys probably don't see a lot is sharpening the hooks on your spinner rig. A lot of times these baits are in contact with bottom, and a lot of times, most of the time when you're pulling a spinner, all the time when you're pulling a spinner, you're going very slow. And if the rod's in a rod holder, you're hoping the force of that fish biting and loading the rod is enough to hook the fish. So I can't tell you, whether you're trolling on boards or you're trolling like this, how important it is to sharpen the hook on your spinner rig. Start sharpen at the start of the day. If you come in contact with a lot of bottom, sharpen it again in the middle of the day. And it's one thing that just flat out will put more fish in your boat when you're fishing this way. Wow. I don't know what we got here. We'll take it though. We will take it. Slow and steady, slow and steady. It's definitely feeling right. Man, he absolutely blasted that rattling spinner. Oh yeah, real nice walleye here. Real nice walleye. Keep your head down, buddy. Keep your head down. Oh man, I was actually filming a Walleye Now piece for presentation and the rod just got slammed. We'll go ahead and grab this guy real quick here. There we go. Another nice chunky walleye. Man, this has been a fun pattern for sure. Is he off in the net? Perfect. He's off in the net. Life's good. We'll show him to you guys here. That poor crawler is lighting them up. There we go. Just so many of these nice, you know, just real healthy, stocky 18, 19s. And kind of that 18 to 21, just such a popular size out here. And it's awesome because they fight hard, they're nice and perky, and they're chewing down these rattling spinners today. Oh, there's a nice fish on. Hooked up, hooked up. What do we got? What do we got? Just kind of getting to the end of the pass here. And I'll tell you what, it has been, we finally got a little bit of wind coming in, but it's been a fun little hour or so here. Just catching a pile of these Devil's Lake walleyes on the spinner rigs. Such an effective way to fish. And you can take it to a lot of different areas to do this. It's one reason you see so many spinner rig videos. It works a lot of different locations. We're just gonna take our time with this guy. Slow us down for a second, because it's definitely feeling like the right variety. Oh yeah, just another nice walleye here. Gosh, are they just, at every size, it's just like they're real nice and chunky fish out here. There we go, there's just another perfect one. On the rattling spinner. We'll give you guys a look here. You know, popped off. Nothing crazy, but you know, for spending about 2 hours out here so far this morning, kind of before I shot the video, just running around looking at different spots. Oh, can't complain with these results. There's just another nice, healthy, perky, about 17, 18 inches right there. Get back down there, buddy. But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot else to say on this video. I appreciate you guys watching it. Like I said in the intro, we shot an awesome piece on exactly, you know, I kind of did mostly driving around. This is kind of the first spot I've fished so far today. But did an awesome locational breakdown of what we're seeing on the graph, what those screenshots look like, what these spots that are holding fish out here in Devils look like on the GPS. So if you guys are interested in coming out here, it should put you right on the fast track to success. Obviously, the whole spinner rigging thing working really good with these fake crawlers, but location-wise, get over there to Walleye Now, click on Summer, click on Natural Lake, and the video will be right there. So appreciate you guys watching this video. What am I gonna do the rest of the day? 100% going back to the hotel, gonna eat some food. Haven't eaten since yesterday, haven't slept since basically slept 2 hours last night and then drove up here super early. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel, do some editing, eat some food, get a full night's sleep, and have way more energy tomorrow. But appreciate you guys watching this. If you guys are not subscribed, please do that, and we'll see you next time.